It is. Boom. Okay, so welcome to our Zoom. This is a Zoom recording that is designed for all of our folks who are either thinking about being or already have become part of one of our teams. And we are trying to help to recruit small business owners to become part of our teams. We call them joint venture teams or fundraising teams because we're going to show you this presentation is in the space of fundraising for the community-based work that we're doing, and you'll see that our team is actually growing that is involved in this community-based type work. So that's going to be kind of the main theme of it, is talking about how we can build teams to be able to raise funds for putting an end to homelessness. And for some of us, we recognize the phrase, make all the people rich, including the poor.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, indeed.
So that's been what we've been about all along. Just so everybody knows, this is a modified presentation of a presentation we did live in Raleigh, North Carolina before we hit the road last August. And we actually had small business owners show up for this presentation, and we had people actually join our team and purchase products as a result of the presentation. So I want you to know that our live presentation of this worked. So, but we want feedback from everybody who watches this. And we'll see, if we need to modify something else, but we're going to get ready to start doing an email campaigns to try to bring more people to a live presentation on Zoom, and we'll include them as part of one of our podcasts so we can give them some free advertising through our podcast. So that's kind of the methodology we're working with. We know it's worked for us before, but we want to share this presentation with y'all, and we look forward to whatever feedback that you want to give us. So I'm going to go ahead and share our screen so you can see the presentation that we have put together. And hopefully I'm going to try to do it in full screen mode if I can, just because it looks a little better. There we go. So Don, I know you're with us. Can you see our PowerPoint?
Yep, increase your income while you're making an impact. The Golden
There we
Rule
go.
Ministries.
Perfect. Yep. I'm glad you can see it. Good. Well, here's the thing. One of the things, because this is being recorded while we're going through this crazy virus epidemic, and one of the things that is absolutely a fact is we know that small businesses are being impacted. This is not a joke. It is absolutely the truth. We also know that nonprofits are being impacted. Donations always go down when there's something like this happening, and now I know is no different. So we're going to be looking for small businesses that want to create new income streams to help insulate them from panic times like this, when the economy crashes and all kinds of crazy stuff happen. The good news is that because we're building residual income streams, we still gotten some money into our accounts over the last couple of days, whereas some people have gotten nothing for the past week.
True.
So, helping people understand the value of residual income, whether you're a for-profit business or a nonprofit business, we all have to start thinking about building these residual income streams. And ours just happens to be in alignment with the fact that we want to help in the community in a big way. And you guys can see some of, hopefully you can see pretty well what's here. You can see some of the organizations that are banding together to work with each other to put an end to the homeless issue. So, We Care Partnerships is our community development division, part of Triangle Solutions Alliance. This is where we do a lot of our work out of, where we're teaching in homeless communities. We're working with at-risk kids. Community Collaborative is the effort that we've started in Raleigh to bring people together around the issue of building a residential entrepreneur incubator. This logo is from Single Women with Children. It's a nonprofit in Raleigh that's working with us and is willing to host our first training programs for the Entrepreneur Incubator. This group is actually, they call themselves Project Hope. Hope stands for Housing Our People Everywhere, and they're really quite amazing. They have created a process where they can recycle metal and be able to build tiny houses for a much lower cost than what most houses are built for. And then this is our friend up in St. Louis, End Homeless Mission. She's getting ready to do a huge fundraising this summer in St. Louis, and we're hoping to go up there and help her. So all of the people that you see represented on this page are all committed to helping to get rid of the homeless issue, help give people a hand up. We want more people to learn how to become self-sustaining through entrepreneurship. So that's the folks that we're bringing together around this. And this can give you a little bit of an idea. It says, from co-housing to tiny home communities, our partners are solving the problem of homelessness. Some of our team members will recognize these houses. These houses sit on Water Street in Princeton, and these houses are right now being remodeled to be co-housing units where they have people that they are giving shelter to in these houses, but they have to agree to go through training. They have to agree to become involved in one of our teams. They have to agree that they are going to, if they're not paying rent to be in one of these homes, then they have to be doing activity, helping with the renovations, helping with mowing the lawn, helping with things out at the farmhouse with the owner of these houses. So there's ways that people can barter for having a roof over their head. And there's a whole lot of remodel going on up there in Princeton, Indiana right now. So that team is looking to build residual income for themselves and also for the clients that they're serving as part of what's called Golden Rule Ministries. In fact, I think I forgot to mention them on the front page. Golden Rule Ministries, they're in Princeton, Indiana, and they are doing amazing work to help end homelessness. And this is actually a page from Project Hope Global, where it's showing the metal beams they're using to build houses. This is a house that they built all out of the metal beams rather than wood beams like we have in most houses. And what an amazing thing that they have a process that they can take junk cars, they can take anything that's been scrapped in a tornado or by a hurricane. They can take all this scrap metal and turn it into beams to build these tiny houses. So that to me is amazing stuff, and we keep being really blessed to get connected with people who understand how we can start to solve some of the problems in this country. And even though we're going through this challenge right now in terms of this crisis, this pandemic, whatever it really is, we know that things are going to change as a result of it. We know that more people are going to want to engage in helping to rebuild America, rebuild our communities. And Don and I are just really excited that we're kind of on the forefront of this, that we have the ability to be leaders in rebuilding communities. So I would not be surprised if we are pretty busy this year, wouldn't you think, dear?
Oh, we're going to be very busy.
So who knows? We'll see where our travels take us. But anyway, so this is the question that we're asking small businesses. And again, this is even a relatively good presentation for nonprofits too. What if you could increase your income while housing people and teaching them how to fish? What if you could be doing both? This is one of the big things for small businesses and nonprofits. They've got to learn to build multiple streams of income. And if you build residual streams of income that are service oriented, or being able to get products, like right now in California, all of California business is on shutdown and lockdown. But our company that we're working with in California, because they produce food, because they produce nutrition, because they have water, they are legally still operating. So we're still able to make sales of our services and of our nutritional products, because even though California shut down, the company we're partnered with is not.
Cool.
It's still open.
Well,
It's still functioning. So
I
you
can
know,
I can
these are
teach
all,
people how to fish.
yeah. Well, that's
I'm a
just,
good fisherman.
you are a good fisherman.
And I can I can try to help people.
Well, and you understand what we're talking about, right? It's
Yeah, I do. I do. Of
it's not
course I do.
like you know, you can give people a fish, but it's a good thing if you teach them how to fish too. You even got the fishing poles to be able to teach them with. I know you do. And so when we're
Oh yeah.
talking to small business owners, they can increase their income. They can support people like us who are helping to house people and teaching them how to fish, all at the same time they're doing something they probably already do. Because one of the things that we know about small businesses, there's a lot of them who have really had to go out and build a network of supporters around them. People that they might go to meetings or they might go to clubs where they are specifically providing referrals back and forth to each other. There's a whole franchise called BNI out there that's their whole purpose, is that clubs get together every week to trade referrals with each other. Well, what we're saying to small businesses is, guess what? What if you could just, if you found a product or service that we're offering that resonated with you, that you know you've got clients or prospects that could use one of our products, are you willing to become a referral agent for us? Are you willing to be just a joint venture partner with us in helping to solve these community crises? And if so, then if you'll just provide us with referrals, we'll make sure you get paid. So referrals can equal money for small businesses. And for small businesses, referrals should be a natural part of what they're doing, because as they give referrals to other people, they also will receive referrals back. It's that win-win situation that we're looking for. And so, you know, Don actually has great stories about things that he did when he was in business several years ago. Dear, you willing to kind of
Sure.
tell him a little bit about this joint venture team that you had several years ago?
Well, I started out basically servicing copiers and printers and fax machines. The company was called Copiers After Hours because all the other companies were easy for them to work, 9 to 5. I would go out after hours. But when it comes to some printers, I didn't really want to mess with them. So I partnered with a guy who strictly did nothing but printers. So when I had a printer that I couldn't work, I want him to work on, which we did back and forth. I would recommend him. He'd pay me for the lead. Vice versa. He ran into a copier. He'd pay, we'd go back and forth exchanging money, making, more money that way. And when it comes to toner cartridges, I did not want to refill or remanufacture toner cartridges. I found a person who would do that. So here we go, trading back and forth, both of us making more money. It was an ideal situation. All three different businesses were making more money because we worked together. Yeah, in some ways we were competition, but we put that aside because we were looking at the bigger picture. A lot of people don't look at the big picture. Oh, that person may take some money out of my pocket. No, that's the wrong attitude. I saw more money coming in by working together and helping the customers be happier. Because we could get things done quicker.
Right. And that's one of the big advantages of small businesses working together. Small businesses have the advantage of speed. They don't have red tape to go through.
Right.
They don't have a whole bunch of baloney to go through. Small businesses can turn on a dime. They can make a decision real quickly. And so because this was three small businesses working together as a joint venture team, passing those referrals back and forth and paying each other for those referrals. basically they were paying each other to be part of each other's sales team.
That's true.
And you know, you can't beat that. What an amazing thing, you know. And they were building multiple income streams. So even though he was fixing copiers and getting paid to fix copiers, you know, he was getting paid every time the guy was fixing somebody's printer. He was getting paid every time the guy was refilling toner cartridges. That's the kind of joint venture team that we can create using an existing structure that we'll tell you about. And a lot of you guys already know about this existing structure, but too many people aren't thinking about it in terms of the true power that
No.
exists here.
It's a lot of power.
It's a lot of
Believe me.
power. So, you know, we try to pull together small business owners to be part of a joint venture team based on their natural skills and whatever it is, you know, their time availability. And so when we're building our teams, our joint venture teams, we have some people who are a coach, we have some people who are a connector, we have some people who are consultants. Now, coach, that's pretty much the role that Don and I play most of the time. We're trying to play coach, we're trying to teach, we're trying to mentor, and you know, that's where we need to be until we can get some other people up and running as coaches. We also are able to play connector because we can develop prospects. Right now here in Cocoa, Florida, we are putting together an email marketing list, and we're working with the gentleman here in Cocoa, and we're going to help go out to small business owners on his behalf to see if we can help develop prospects in the small business community that'll be interested in our healthcare co-op. So we're putting all of this email marketing campaign together right now. If we can generate the prospects for him, then we're connectors. We're just helping to connect him as a consultant to potential prospects. So he's the consultant. And in fact, he did a great job yesterday with us on a Zoom video we did where he just explained really quick what a healthcare co-op was about and why it was different than traditional health insurance. And again, he proved to us really well that he is ready to play a consulting role where he can educate people about that healthcare co-op. So that's what I mean by building a joint venture team. We can help to develop prospects that maybe we don't have a lot of time to talk to. Because trust me, I've done some of that recently, just putting out a lot of phone calls, and it's a lot of work.
Yes.
I'd rather play connector because prospect generation is the hardest part. So if we can help to build prospects, pass them off to him as our consultant who understands the healthcare co-op, guess what? Every time he sells a co-op membership, he gets paid and we get paid. So it's a joint venture, and we're doing part of the work because we have the ability to be good prospectors. He's doing part of the work because he has the ability to be a good consultant. He can teach, he can educate about the product. That's how we build our team. And even when we're working in the low income community, we're going to be teaching this same skill set to people who want to start their own business. The tough part is most of them do not have prospects that they can go to. Most of them do not have I will call it a productive network. They may have a network, but it may be one that caused them problems or caused them to get into trouble somewhere in the past. So we'll build the network, and then we'll pass it on, those prospects on to them. And when they close business, they get paid, we get paid. It's a win-win situation. And so this is what we're trying to help small businesses understand, is that that's all we need the small business owners to do is be a connector for us, because they already have lots of connections. Small business owners are some of the most connected people anywhere on the planet. They already have connections. We just need them to hand them off to somebody who doesn't have the connections and let them close the business and have all of us together making money when that business gets closed. So that's all we're trying to reach out to small business owners to do. They do not have to learn the products. They do not have to learn the services. All they have to do is understand enough to know when they've got a good prospect that they can pass on to somebody else to close the deal. That's all we're talking about in terms of building joint venture teams. If you go back to the joint venture team he had, the guy who was doing printer repair, he didn't know nothing about copier
No.
repair, right?
No.
The guy who was filling toner cartridges, he didn't know anything about fixing copiers or printers. He didn't need to.
Nope.
He just passed them on to you.
The nice part about it, yes, I could have gotten remanufactured toner cartridges if I wanted to wait around a week.
Right.
My customers need them that day. This way, the customer got them that day. They didn't have to wait. That's the power.
That is absolutely the power. But again, he didn't have to know how to do your job.
Nope.
He just needed to refer to you.
I didn't know how to do his job either. I
That's
didn't
it.
want to know.
That's it. That's it. And so, you know, we try to help people understand we have a toolbox here that we use for trying to find where this goes well on the page. That'll work.
Yeah.
So we have what we call our toolbox. This is our fundraising toolbox. This is the different tools that we use to help raise funds for what we're doing. So right now, here we are, and you know, we're putting quite a bit of focus on DAC services right now, David Allen Capital Services, because this is where the healthcare co-op is. It's also, we have business loans. We also have credit card processing services. So we've got these different services that we can provide to small businesses, but guess what? Those small businesses that we're out here doing a joint venture team with, they know small businesses who need these services.
Mm-hmm.
So why shouldn't they become part of our team and they can get paid for their referrals? They can get paid, we can get paid. We've got Legal Shield and ID Shield. These are products that we have been selling since 2001. We still get somewhere in the area of $300 a month that just drops into our checking account every month, even though we're not actively selling a lot of Legal Shield memberships. That's residual income that drops in our account because we sold those memberships 19 years ago. Amazing, but true. And this is the kind of income we're trying to help people to develop. Some people like iClub Biz because we have the travel club and we have the internet marketing tool called iWebAtool. One of the things I want to do with iWebAtool is they have the ability for people to come together in a co-op and be able to purchase leads of people who are looking for home-based businesses. If we can get several people who have iWebAtool who would like to be able to be in that co-op and be able to purchase leads to go into our iWebAtool systems, that's another way that we can work on building teams and building some money. Both Don and I have active iWebAtools. We both have active travel clubs. And, you know, neither one of us have paid for our iWebAtool in years because we got enough people in our team that it covers the cost of our iWebAtool. Plus, we get a check every month. And, you know, we're building out Youngevity right now because their products are helping a lot of people and we're getting residual income there. We're getting more and more people on AutoShip. And so all of these tools that we're using are helping to build more residual income for us that allows us to stay on the road more and be able to go out here and help more people in more places. And at the same time, we can help the small business owners or the nonprofits who get involved with us to be able to create new income streams for them. Do you think any of them could use an extra $100, $200, $300, maybe $400 or $500 a month that just shows up every month, whether they're working or not? Wouldn't more of those small businesses and nonprofits right now like to be having some of that residual income coming in as the whole economy is shut down? This is what we're out here to teach people at this time. And we think it's going to become a very powerful marketing tool. And we think this presentation has the ability to be a powerful marketing presentation. So, you know, all we're going to ask businesses and nonprofits is, hey, can you imagine yourself being a connector or a referral agent in one of our joint venture teams? Is there a product or service that you could easily refer to people without needing to know all about it? You just need to refer to one of our consultants and you both get paid. And, you know, we just tell people to get back to the person who invited you here today if you want to get more involved in this. Because the thing is, and I'll give you a great example. I know she'll be watching this video somewhere along the line, but my good friend and associate back in Raleigh, Melanie, is an accountant. Accountants are great people to be able to become part of one of these teams. She joined our David Allen Capital team recently. She has clients who are looking for small business loans. She doesn't even have to do anything except send them to her website. The loan agents will take it from there. So she truly can be a connector. She's already sent somebody through her loan website. You know, she can do the same with credit card processing. She can do the same with the healthcare co-op. And all she has to do is refer them to David Allen Capital, and the people at David Allen Capital will be the consultant for her. And because we brought her into the team, we make money when she makes money. And oh yeah, both her and us are working on this whole homelessness issue. So anybody who joins our teams, they're helping us to do that work at the same time that we're helping you to create new income streams. So that's all that we have for our presentation today. I think I'm going to shut off the recording, and then we'll see if we have any feedback. Here we go.